The Conjuring stars...
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
Let's go eat, huh? Come on, let's go.
I'm so sorry. The Conjuring is directed by James Wan and stars Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, Lili Taylor, and Ron Livingston, the Office Space guy. Now, The Conjuring is based on a true story. That happens a lot in Hollywood. I'm not going to delve too deep into that because this movie is really a story about these two people who are paranormal investigators who are sent to this house, and the owners of this house and their family believe that there is something very bad going on in this house, and they are basically sent there to debunk it and figure out what it is. And while these guys tend to go into people's houses and say, well, it's actually this broken shutter here, or that this pipe is leaking, causing this wood to expand and creak, and it's not actually a ghost, over time they realize that in fact something not very good is going on in this house. Now, James Wan is one of my favorite horror directors. He is a guy who really understands how to build tension and suspense, and he also makes a really good-looking movie too. Insidious looked great, and I like how he uses real props and makeup and prosthetics to create scares and not a whole bunch of CGI. I really love how he uses minimal CGI and really just tries to build tension out of scene construction, and The Conjuring proves that he can still do that very well. This movie was very suspenseful all the way through. It kept me on the edge as I watched it. It was a film that, although slow building and possibly a little too slow paced to start, really picked up as it went along, and the scares continued to get more intense to the point where it wasn't just all thrown at your face in the beginning. You know, as the movie progressed, you were able to get more into it, be able to experience more frightening elements to the movie. And the thing that I really like about James Wan and the way he constructs his films is that he doesn't fake scares. He earns all of his scares in his films. He doesn't do the stupid, oh, I'm actually behind you right now, or oh, there's a bird flying out of a shutter, oh my god, a cat just jumped out of the cupboard. Like, he doesn't do any stupid scares like that. All of his scares are meaningful, and even when there are moments throughout the movie where there's a false scare, he never uses stupid jump loud music to do that. And I really, really like that about the way he set up this movie, because when you go to a scary movie, there's a certain thing that you have to expect, and that is to be scared. And a lot of times the way I critique scary films is, how did the director build his scares? How does he present his scares? And really what James Wan did really well with The Conjuring is create an atmosphere that was just really creepy. And that is what he is very good at doing. He uses creepy doll faces and puppets and odd images and sounds and really good performances, especially from Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. They were both fantastic in this movie. I thought they gave really great performances, and you could tell that they were really invested in this very otherworldly story. And I really like when actors just throw their all into a story and help it be way more believable than it would have been if these actors wouldn't have done that. Lili Taylor is also very good in this movie as this distressed mother who's experiencing all of these events. She's very good at portraying this protective vibe for her family, but at the same time, she's really good towards the latter half of the film where stuff really starts to hit the fan, and I'm not going to get into that, but she gave a really good performance in this movie, and I was really impressed with her. Ron Livingston's character is actually one of my biggest flaws with this movie. He wasn't bad, he was just fine as his character, but it was like the most underdeveloped, cardboard cutout father ever. Like, he really didn't have much to do in this movie. He was just sort of there to be the father. His character was very underdeveloped. You didn't learn hardly anything about him, really. But my main flaw with this movie actually isn't a flaw with this movie. I can't downgrade the movie because of my least favorite thing about it. It's actually the marketing's fault. Unfortunately, I saw a couple trailers for this movie, and having seen the film, I can say that I knew almost every scare for the first half of this movie, which was very, very depressing to me, because each time I was like, oh, pan up, show it, pan over there, it's there, look behind you, it's there right now, simply because I saw the trailer, and I wasn't expecting to have all those scares spoiled for me. The last half of the movie was like not in the trailer at all. I was very happy about that. The first half, very much so spoiled in those trailers. I'm not going to downgrade the film because of that, because it's not the film's fault, it's the marketing. And I'm very, very pissed about that, to be honest. That was very annoying to me, because seriously, you guys ruined like the first half of the scares in this movie. They were all expected, and I really was not happy about that. However, I can see that if you watch this movie, or if I had watched this movie not having seen those trailers, I would have been very much so on the edge of my seat at some of those moments. But the moments that did keep me on the edge were the moments leading up to these things that were in the trailers. The suspense was handled very well, the tension was excellent, he did a great job with his cinematography. As I said, the performances were really good. The movie is a little bit slow building at times, and it does feel familiar, like you've seen these elements before. This isn't like a reinvention of the genre. You're going to see him again in other movies too. But it was all handled very well, and I really like that about The Conjuring. I'm going to give The Conjuring a B+. I think it's a very strong horror film. I think that if you're going into it for a scare, you'll get that. Hopefully you didn't watch any of the trailers though. James Wan is really becoming good at what he does. I hope Insidious 2 is good as well. It's coming out soon. As always guys, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.